Okay, this is going to be my supplemental video regarding the getting crushed aspect of the Deku cutscene skip. I'm skipping all the way to the end because I feel like that part wasn't really covered well in my video. I kind of just rushed through it. But if you're looking how to learn the entirety of the trick, this video is not for you. I'm assuming you know it. Please refer to my tutorial before coming here. Unless that already makes sense to you and you don't need this, then you're good. But I'm specifically skipping to the crushing part, so for clarity, I'm starting here, which I'm already in position, and I'm on the fifth head nod coming down, and the sixth one, like that. Again, maybe please refer to how I count the head nods in the tutorial. You may count it slightly differently, which means you might be a head nod ahead, so you might count 7, depending on which one you count as the first one. But you can see how I count it in the tutorial. But just to show you where I'm at right now in the trick, this is where I'm starting. So from here, there are 2 ways to go about getting crushed. There's the way I did the tutorial, and there's another way that I actually ended up switching to that some other runners do because I prefer it more, and I'll explain why, but they're both valid ways to do it, and whatever works for you, please do whatever's comfortable. They're both completely valid methods, but I'll start with the tutorial one first. So what you want to do, slide up the angle so the grass on the right, it's about here, peaks on the edge of the screen. It's not that lenient. And then that was the 5th head nod coming down. 6 going up. Hold L and up. And then walk under it until you get under it. Like walk under it till you get under it. Yeah, that makes sense. You make sure to not overshoot. If you do, you will fall off, and don't undershoot, or else you have to push out of the way. And once you're under there, you get crushed. My flags are kind of weird, so it worked, but there's no Koroks, but the bulbs are here. So it worked because you stood up. But yeah, that's what you do for that one. You want to go forward as the 6th head nod starts rising, so that as it rises, you get under the chin, and you stand still once you get under enough, and it crushes you. And that's the idea for that one. It's not that bad. It's pretty simple, but I'll show the other one now, and I'll explain why I prefer it now. Also to note, I pause buffered a lot walking under. You do not have to do that. If you're comfortable with just getting under there and you know where to stop, you can just do it unbuffered. Nice and easy. Same exact way. Okay, now the second way. It's a little different. This way is now, instead of walking under and getting crushed, you walk into it as it's coming down to get crushed. So it's just a slightly different angle to use. It still uses the grass patch, but you kind of let more of it show up on the screen. So I feel like about here, there's like a weird like vines on the wall, and they kind of give you good visual cue. It's like if there's like a good amount of vines on the wall, like there's like 3 sets of vines on the wall right here, and that's how you know it's good. It's kind of hard to explain. It's probably a bad explanation. I'll kind of maybe explain it real quick after this too. But then instead of waiting for it to go up, or instead of like going sooner as it comes up, you wait for it to come down. As it starts coming down with this more rightward angle, now you just hold L and up. And then it works. It's very similar. And the reason why I switched to that one, or I prefer it now, is because as long as you start walking at the correct time, there's no way you can overshoot. It's just all you do is hold L and forward, and it autopilot works. The other one, even if you do walk at the right time, you can't exactly autopilot it 100%. Well, you can if you're obviously if you're comfortable and good enough and practice it enough. But there's a chance if you just hold forward for too long, you overshoot, or if you don't hold forward long enough, you get pushed out of the way. And there's that uncertainty that I don't personally like, but it's still a completely valid method. It's just with this one, all you have to do, if you're in the right position and you time it right, all you have to do is hold L and forward, and it works 100% of the time. And it's more simple in my head to do it that way. To kind of better explain the visual cue, because I feel like it's kind of hard to see. Can't remember that fast. I'm talking about these vines in the wall. If you can see like up to this point on the right of the screen, it's probably fine. I wouldn't go too far to the right, but again, it's a very lenient. You can probably like see up to here to like here. Like your right of the screen can either be here or like here, and it still works. But yeah, kind of to highlight the main differences are, well, he's not going to be bobbing, obviously, because I did the trick, but main differences of two are that, for one, you face, like, here for the first one, and you wait, or you go sooner because you're trying to get under to get crushed, so you need to go sooner. So you go as the 6th one rises, and then you go under to get crushed. Another thing I don't like about this one, I guess, is that it gives you less time to settle the angle. Because like for the other one, you go, okay, so just to show, this is kind of the angle you want to go for the other one. Hopefully it's a nice and clear view. But also another, like, in addition to not being able to overshoot, you also have a little bit more time to set up the angle because you have to wait a little bit longer in the cycle to go forward. So it artificially gives you more, or not, it literally gives you more time for position and angle setup because you have to wait a little bit longer. So that also could help you if you feel a little bit rushed. And then in this one, in this case, you, instead of waiting for the 6th one going up and then going under, all you have to do is wait for the 6th one coming down. So one more time, I'll hopefully go through them cleanly. Going up, about here, hold forward. If you get caught a little bit, hold upright, like I did right there, and then just stop and you get crushed. That's another thing. I feel like I'm just finding a bunch of reasons why you shouldn't do the first one, but I really don't want to make it seem that way. If you saw there, I kind of got, like, if your position's a little slightly off, you might get nudged. And you have to, like, free form adapt to that on the fly, so I had to hold upright to kind of crouch a little bit, get a little more vertical space, and, like, be able to get under there for sure. But it's not that big of a deal. And the second one, real quick to go over it again, is you aim about here. You can wait a little bit longer. Instead of going up when it goes up, you wait for it to come down a little bit, just like so, and you just hold forward. And it works. Nice and easy. And that's all in the 6th head nod. It's just, the only difference is whether it's going up or going down. And that's how you differentiate the two. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Thank you.